Hey everybody, it's the Bearded Trucker. Last week at the end of the video we talked a little bit about truck weights. I had to run across the cat scale and I showed you what my axle weights were and that I was good to go. But this week, since I'm doing the exact same thing I did last week, I thought I would show you or go into truck weights and axle weights a little more in depth. So when I haul a load, I'm legally allowed to haul 80,000 pounds. Divided into my three axle groups, my steer axles, I'm allowed to have 12,000 pounds on the steer axle, 34,000 on the drives, and 34,000 on the trailer. When you add it all up, you get 80,000 pounds. So I'll go pick up a load somewhere, and on my bill of lading, it will have on there what the total weight is for the load. Sometimes you have to scale empty, then go in, pick your load up, come back out and scale loaded to get. Some places require that. I don't have to do that very often, thankfully. Most of the time, it's right on there what it weighs, and you know how you have to adjust your axles if you need to in order to make it legal. In order to do that, I have two options. I can either slide my fifth wheel or my trailer tandems. If I slide the trailer tandems, I can slide them forward and backward. If I slide them forward, it takes weight from the drive axles and puts the weight on the trailer. Obviously, if I slide it back, it takes weight off the trailer and puts it on the drive axles. For the fifth wheel, it does the same thing, except it does it between the drive axles and the steer axle. Forward puts weight on the steer axle, backward takes it off the steer axle. Commonly, you slide your trailer tandems. I have my fifth wheel set in one spot and I can leave it there for the loads that we haul. I know that I'm good to go. So after you get loaded somewhere, then you have to go run across the scale, find out how much you weigh. The most common is the cat scale. There are several others out there, but most commonly you find the cat scale. And when you do that, you get one of these. It shows you what your axle weights are and your gross weight, so you know how to adjust your axles. For this particular load, which is one that I had earlier this week when I came back from South Carolina, I got it right the first time again, like I did last week in the video. I was good to go, and so you can see it better. Here's my weights again. And everything's legal, good to go, first try. That's the best. No lost time, down the road we go, but it's always good to double check and make sure I got it right. So after you do that, let's say my weights weren't right. Let's say they look something more like this. When I would get my scale ticket, it would show the weights are wrong, and I would have to slide my trailer tandems in order to get the weights back where they need to be. As long as I'm not over gross. If I'm over gross, then we got to go back to the shipper because they put too much product in my trailer. So hopefully that helps you to understand a little more about truck weight and legal axle weights and how we make the adjustments out here on the road. And if you have any questions or comments, leave them down here below. And hopefully I can try and get back to you on that. But before we go, we're going to throw in here this week's safe driving tip of the week. Don't rage or engage. And here, let me break that down for you. Don't rage. Obviously, we're talking about road rage. Don't rage. It's road rage makes absolutely no sense. There is no place for that on the road. Really. It makes no sense. Just calm down and it will be okay. Nothing is that bad. The or engage part. If you find yourself to become a victim of road rage, or you're about to be a part of it, whether it's by your will or not, hopefully it's not, don't engage. Get out of there. Just get out of the situation. If you have to, just get away. Go. Just don't react. So don't rage or engage. And that is this week's safe driving tip of the week. I want to thank you guys for watching, and hopefully you understand a little bit more about axle weights and truck weights and how things get adjusted. And hopefully I didn't make it even more confusing than it needed to be. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down here below. Click subscribe up in the corner if you like what you see and you want to see more. I do these every week. And that is it. So until next time.